Hello, David Paul here. I could say welcome to the fields of Armageddon here, because boy, this place is a mess. Anyway, what I've done today, I finally bit the bullet, and the flooring of this cabin has been wood like this, and is getting damp, and it rots, and it's filthy, and so on and so on. You need to keep wood dry if you want it to be nice, and not harbour pests and diseases and rot and everything. So in order to do that, the best thing is to not have a wooden floor. Well, certainly not in this cabin anyway. So what I've done, a local company said I could have these pallets. So I've got 4 of these plastic pallets which form the floor, and what I did with them, and I had them orientated the wrong way around, I've completely stripped everything out, and I hope this shows up okay because we're getting near dusk. So I had them the other way around, and they were too long in that direction, and so I've got them in this direction, which allows me to spread the airframe wider if I want to. Now it is, as you can see by the joint here, it's not exactly an equilateral triangle anymore, because I've got to tension these and pull them in a bit, and they will probably tend to creep outwards. So it gives a feeling of more space, and it's very tempting to go for a 45-degree angle at the top here, but I think I'm going to stick with my airframe. It's working, and leave it alone. So anyway, I've got my little cooker there, which I'm going to fire up in a minute and cook some supper, and then I'm going to go to the gymnasium and I'm going to have a shower. So I don't like the look of that, for one thing. It looks an odd sort of collection of angles. I've got to level it more because it's tilting down on this side. I've got to tension these. I'll use these strap devices to pull them into tension, and then I'll put the final ends on, which will be wooden ends, which keep the bottom part of the equilateral triangle straight, and so on. And then that's it. And then there are blocks which I've used to retain. You can see there's a block there which is stopping the thing slipping sideways on either side. I've got wooden blocks in the pallet. There's a one there. There's a one there, and there's a one there. That one's out of line actually, so it could slip, but the other block's down there, so it's not going to slip. And this is finally it. I've finally got it sorted, and I've also changed the orientation very, very slightly, so that it's more orientated towards the midday sun, which is the most important thing. Now I have a window, which is that thing over there, and the idea is to incorporate that window into here, and eventually I'll have like a doorway here, and the doorway will open out and take the window with it, and then it'll go back in and the window will close again. And that's kind of the idea I've got. If there is enough space to get it in, to fit it in here. It's an odd shaped window, and I really don't know if it's going to fit. Anyway, all the filthy, mucky, horribleness of the whole thing is now gone, and it's all nicely sorted there, and there's more floor space there, because instead of having just mud down there, I've now got an actual floor. So this here, I will over panel this with floorboarding when I get time, but not at the minute. That has to be covered because rats are going to be able to come into the cabin, and I'm not having that. Those rats are going to be excluded completely. I'll put chicken wire down possibly if it comes to that. And that's it. Now the inside here, a lot of these boards I've taken off because it was so heavy to lift, and I'll reinstate them, but I'll put them in between here in a vertical plane. I wanted to round these off. Oh boy, I really wanted to round these off, but I just simply cannot do it because it's such an immense job to strip the whole cabin down in order to expose so I can get a router in at the top here to expose everything. So I think what I'll do is I'll route it down as much as I can, and then I'll sand off the remaining round over by hand if I have time. These infill strips will simply be popped into place for now. I don't want to screw them in until I get this rounding over business done, because I really want this to be a beautiful little cabin. It's so small. It's only 6 feet by 6 feet. To be exact, 6 feet 3 inches by 6 feet. And so if you're gonna live in something so small, then you might as well have it beautiful. Now, somewhere in here, at some time in the future, I might put a little stove in. I don't know, because it's working very well as it is. So maybe I just don't need internal heating. Maybe I can get by with I don't know, hot water bottles or something. I'm not planning on stopping here in the winter time. I'm going to clear off to the Philippines, and that's it. Lots of things that got crapped on by rats, which have now got to be this quilt here. Loads of things got to be packed up and dumped in the garbage, and so on. That there, what was a sort of mattress topper thing. I could actually use that, and I may use it for insulation. It seems like a good thing to put on one end. Now this here quilt, actually that's a good point. This quilt cost me £7.50, and it's a double quilt, and there's sufficient quilt there to actually lag the walls. It's the same stuff that you put in your roof lagging. Roof insulation. So what they did is they reduced the price on it, and there are 2 of them left. When I bought this one, there were 2 left. I could not go and buy polyester roof insulation at that price, so it opens up the possibility of buying those 2 for roof insulation on the top of here. I do want to try a thing called aerocrete to insulate the place, but I just don't think I can do that here. That's far too involved. I have to keep it simple. I haven't got to get too involved, because I have projects in the Philippines and Portugal to crack on with. So there you go. Dusk in the UK in my little cabin. Jesus be with you.